welcome back. Holy X-Men, Batman. Do I have a grail to show you guys today? I have been trying to get a good copy of this book for forever, it feels like, and I have finally got one. So stick around towards the end of the video. We'll go through that. Before that, we're going to go through 3 lots that I purchased recently off Heritage. I know I promised a CGC video next. However, these came in and I just couldn't wait. I was very impatient and had to go through these with you. So we'll go through this. First lot we got is a nice run of the Brave and the Bold. So we'll go through all of the keys associated with that lot. Then we'll go through the next lot. And then finally at the end, we'll get to see my Grail book that I'm super excited about. I hope you guys are too. All right. The first book up in this lot is the Brave and the Bold 35. This is the second appearance of Hawkman and Hawkgirl in the Silver Age. Nice mid-grade copy, probably 5.56. The next book up is 36, Brave and the Bold 36. There's actually 2 copies of this. That's the first appearance of the Shadow Thief. One's a 4.5, the other one here that you can see is probably a 5.5. The next book in the lot, Brave and the Bold 38. This is the first appearance of his new costume. It's actually very subtle, the change from his old costume to the new costume, with just a little bit of a change to like his pants. So not a huge change, but it is technically his new costume. The next book we see, The Brave and the Bold 43. Again, there was 2 copies with this one. This is Hawkman's origin retold. It's also the first team appearance of the Manhawk. And if you're not familiar with the Manhawks, it's an alien race because of course, if you're Hawkman and Hawkgirl, you would have to fight an alien race of Hawk people. But they are an alien race of Hawk people that were created basically to steal from other alien worlds. Kind of a interesting bad guy. But yeah, that's the first team appearance of the Manhawks. Moving on to number 44 of the Brave and the Bold. This book's provenance is just that it's a Joe Kubert cover. Joe Kubert is famously known for his work on Sergeant Rock as well as Hawkman, so it's a nice Joe Kubert cover. He also has the Kubert School of Art, and he has a couple sons who are really good artists as well. Did a lot of work with the X-Men. This book has a great cover, the giant flying frog fish thing. But what it's actually really known for is it is the first team up of Aquaman and Hawkman, so of course they're going to be fighting a flying fish. So just a neat cover, and again the first appearance of our first team up of Aquaman and Hawkman. Next up's probably the biggest book in the Brave and the Bold lot. This is Brave and the Bold number 57. This is actually the first appearance of Metamorpho. It's a nice higher grade copy, probably a 7.0 grade book. So being that it's the first Metamorpho, it's a high grade. That one will probably gonna do some cleaning and pressing, and that'll probably get sent off to CGC. But of the Brave and the Bold, that's probably the biggest book of the group. After that, we have 58, the second appearance of Metamorpho. Moving on, next up we have number 59. This is the first Batman Green Lantern team up outside of the Justice League, and really just a cool cover in general. It does have, like I said, some provenance because of the first time that Batman and the Green Lantern are together outside the Justice League. The cover's awesome. This is just a really neat cover. All right, so that wraps it up for the Brave and the Bold. Let's move on to the next lot and see what we got. All right, so this next lot is a 4-group lot. The first book in the lot it's a lower grade. It's Daredevil number 3. This is the first appearance in Origin of the Owl. It's also the third appearance of Daredevil. So not a bad book at all to have. Again, it is a lower grade copy, probably a 2.5-ish, maybe a 3. But for, again, the rest of the lot, this is probably the least desirable book, and this is a great book to have. So not a bad pickup here at all. This next book should be pretty familiar to most average comic book collectors. This is Marvel's Superhero Secret Wars number 8. This is the origin of the symbiote, the black symbiote costume that merged with Spider-Man and later in Spider-Man 299, 300 does become Venom. This is a pretty important story arc in the timeline of Spider-Man, as well as with the upcoming Secret Wars movie and the MCU. I think that there's going to be some. I would hope there's going to be some emphasis on that in the story because this was a big part of the story when that original story came out in 1984, I believe. Overall, this is a decent copy, probably an 8.5 after a press and a clean, maybe a 9. Minimally an 8.5 though. It just needs a good press and a good clean. There's a lot of dirt on the back of it. So continuing on in the same vein as that last book in the black costume, depending on who you are and how you interpret times and when things were released, this is technically considered the first appearance of Spider-Man's black costume. This book did release prior to the last book, Secret Wars number 8. However, this is traditionally known as the first appearance of the black costume. The last book was the origin. It explains how Spider-Man merged with it. So again, it depending on who you are, is this the first appearance? Is it not? I'll let you as fans decide what you think. But it is a pretty important book. This is a nice copy as well, probably in the 9.0, 9.2 range. Overall, I'm happy to have it. It's a nice copy for me to add to the PC. All right, the next book is another Spider-Man key first appearance. This is going to be Spider-Man number 238. This is the first appearance of Roderick Kingsley's Hobgoblin. In the story of Spider-Man, there's been, I think, 8 Hobgoblins now. So, Roderick Kingsley was the first one. Ned Leeds is also a prominent version of the Hobgoblin. If you've seen the movies, Ned's his buddy in the movies. And there's been speculation that possibly they'll have the Ned Leeds version of the Hobgoblin in there. But again, this book, because of the first appearance of Hobgoblin, makes it a key. The other thing that's really difficult about this book specifically is it came with the Lakeside Tattoos insert. So a lot of these inserts, when a kid got this book on the newsstand and the 80s, they opened it up. They're like, oh wow, tattoo. So they took the tattoo out and put it on their arm like most kids would do. I would have had I bought it in the 80s, but I did not buy it in the 80s. I bought it recently. So this book actually does have the Lakeside Tattoos in it. So it would get a blue label from CGC. If it doesn't have the tattoos, it would get a green label. It's easy to find higher grade copies without the tattoos, but it's always really nice to find a higher grade copy like this with the tattoo still intact inside the book. All right, now is what I hope you've all came to see. What I'm most excited to show you is this book right here. So this is a book that I've been trying to get in a decent grade for quite a while.
Mission complete.
All right, so this is a CGC 5.5 X-Men number 4. This is one of the key grails in the X-Men storyline and one I have been working to get for quite a while to add to the wall of X. So why is this book important? This is the first appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, which you saw in the original X-Men movie back in, 2000. It's the first appearance of the Scarlet Witch, who's been huge in the MCU lately. It's the first appearance of her brother Quicksilver, who's also had a lot of roles in a lot of different versions of the X-Men lately. It's also the first appearance of the Mastermind, and it's the first appearance of Toad. It is just an awesome book to have. You notice on the cover the Scarlet Witch is in green. They did that specifically so she would contrast with Magneto's red inside the book, and in future appearances she's always red. Just in this cover specifically, they did make her green. And again, for me personally, this is a huge pickup. You can see this is my wall of X. I'm trying to get everything in high grade in CGC format. I'm working on it. I do have some green label books here that I'm hoping to replace with some blue labels soon. Got some yellow labels, but these are the X-Men books that I cherish. As a kid, this is what I loved. I love the story. I love the thoughts behind it. And I'm so happy to have this book. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you like and subscribe. And I hope you come back for more because there will be more CGC stuff. I got a video in the works that will be coming soon. I promise, promise, promise the next video you're going to see is the CGC reveal. Like everything I do, there's probably going to be some X-Men in there. As an X-Men fan, it's very rare I send something to CGC and you don't get at least one X-Men book out of it. So thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed what I have. Like, subscribe, give me some comments, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great one.